Settlers were attracted to the area that would become New Richmond because of its white pine and hardwood forests. B.C.B. Foster settled near the Willow River in 1855, building a sawmill and a house. A settlement began to grow around his buildings referred to as Foster's Crossing. A blacksmith, general store, and hotel soon developed, and a postal service, church, newspaper, and school were organized shortly thereafter. The total cost for educating 15 students for 1 year in 1856 was $111.84, with the 2 teachers earning a combined total of $54 for their wages. New Richmond is said to have received its name from the surveyor of the town, who was named Richmond Day. Since it was discovered that there was already another Richmond in Wisconsin, they called it New Richmond, beginning in 1857. The Omaha Railroad was established in the early 1870s and helped drive additional growth. Several stores and shops were built around Main Street. New Richmond was incorporated as a village in 1878 and finally as a city in 1885, by which time the population had grown to 1,208 people. The Willow River Lumber Company was a major industry situated on the west bank of the Willow River, north of the bridge. Ward Williams was elected as the first mayor in 1885. The community continued to grow with the addition of more churches, financial institutions, doctors, a fire department, and a municipal water works system. An electric plant and a telephone service were soon introduced. One of the most devastating moments in New Richmond's history was on June 12, 1899, when an estimated F5 tornado struck and destroyed much of the city. More than 300 buildings were destroyed, and 117 people were killed. The tornado is still one of the 10 deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history. The community had to rebuild their city from buildings and churches to streets, water mains, trees, and more. They built their city twice. New Richmond was rebuilt, and the downtown became very vibrant and was a major trading center for the agricultural base. Horses and buggies were replaced over time with automobiles sold by Ernie Bell, Joey Johnson, and Bernard Olson, and the city gained new industries. The New Richmond Roller Mills Company, later known as Doughboy Industries and Doughboy Incorporated, became one of the largest employers. The Tri-County Meat Packing Company would become the Friday Vegetable Canning Company. The 1920s and early 30s brought new school buildings, the creation of a park system including Mary Park and Merida Park, and walkable neighborhoods with sidewalks and boulevard trees. Civic organizations and private citizens stepped forward to help improve their community. Many of these names, McNally, Dorr, Arnquist, Epley, Friday, Van Meter, Mosher, Soderberg, Grayton, Beebe, are still well known to this day. The city gained its slogan, "The City Beautiful," after entering the City Beautiful contest, sponsored by Better Homes and Gardens magazine in 1930. Growth slowed in the 1930s with the Great Depression, but New Richmond saw a resurgence after World War II. The 1950s brought a community hospital, public ownership of the New Richmond Golf Course, the Armory, and an outdoor swimming pool at Mary Park. The 1960s saw construction of the Carlton A. Friday Memorial Library, Star Elementary School, the Civic Center, and a municipal airport, as well as the establishment of the New Richmond Area Ambulance Service. By 1970, the population estimate of New Richmond was 3,707 people. Proceeding into the 1970s and 80s, many longtime New Richmond residents can likely recall downtown retail businesses such as Sears, Grayton Jewelry, Kunkel's, Coast to Coast Hardware, and Beebe's Furniture. New Richmond began to see increased retail competition from the Twin Cities, and like in many communities, some of the downtown began to shift from retail to more service-oriented businesses. A permanent building was constructed in 1977 for what was then called the Wisconsin Indian Head Technical Institute, now known as WITC. The New Richmond Area Community Foundation was established in 1980 to to support community buildings. The City of New Richmond purchased 80 acres of land to the south of the city for a future business and technical park in 1987. By 1990, the city's population exceeded 5,000 people. The 1990s brought continued residential and commercial growth in New Richmond as the housing market in western Wisconsin took off. Several new businesses located in New Richmond. Existing businesses expanded and new housing developments were constructed, with the city's population increasing over 23% from 1990 to 2000, and even faster in the early 2000s. The community voted to invest in state-of-the-art education facilities, and the New Richmond Area Center opened its doors in 2009 to promote health and fitness in the community. Today, great things are happening in New Richmond. The City of New Richmond is approaching a population of 9,000 people and in many ways is becoming a hub for Northwest Wisconsin. We are home to great schools and one of the top community colleges in the nation, and we have access to high-quality health care through Westfield's Hospital and Clinic. Our beautiful parks and trail system has something to offer outdoor recreation enthusiasts of all ages. New Richmond has seen an influx of new commercial and medium-sized industrial businesses in the Business and Technical Park, and the New Richmond Regional Airport is one of the fastest-growing airports in the Midwest. While we've seen our growth, we've also preserved and celebrated our past through our beautiful West Side Historic District, recent improvements to our historic downtown, and the construction of the John Doerr History Trail. With the recent opening of the St. Croix River Crossing, New Richmond is well positioned for future growth and will continue to be a great place to visit, own a business, or call home for generations to come. Looking back at the past 160 years, the New Richmond community has surely seen its changes and will continue to evolve in the years ahead. But through it all, our small-town Midwest values have not changed and are what truly make our community special. Hard work, listening, integrity, respect for one another, love for family and friends, and never forgetting our roots. New Richmond surely has a proud past and an exciting future.